My name is Matt Schorr, the creator of all you see here. Spooky comics, spooky books, spooky everything. It's my jam. So when you are not buying books from me, from my website, www.mattschorr.net, be sure to subscribe to Raze Chaos.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel. And this, I'm going to say it. This is a very special edition of Raze Chaos's little corner of the internet. And it's special because I have got a pop album, and there is some fuzz in my beard. Oh my goodness, there's some fuzz in my beard, and I'm getting it out. But okay, we're back. But very special edition. This is a pop album, which Raze doesn't get a lot of these, and when he does, it's going to be big. The last one was Queen, the soundtrack to my favorite movie of all time, which would be Flash Gordon. I don't think I've mentioned that before. Yeah, I have. But today we have Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper. This is, this had to happen. Like I said, I don't do a lot of pop albums, but this was a must-have. This was such a must-have. I actually ordered this from Pop in a Box. You remember them? And it took a long time to get here, and then all of a sudden, Pop in a Box didn't do pops anymore. And it was like, what the, huh? And I checked the status on this, and it said it was out for delivery for, I want to say 2.5 weeks. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. And I even made during the video of mentioning that I'd ordered something that I wasn't expecting to get. So in a last-ditch effort, I sent them a message saying, hey, I ordered this and it never showed up. And then the company that no longer has pops said, we're sorry you didn't get it. It's on its way. And lo and behold, we have it. So this just begs more question, like, do they actually still have pops over there? Obviously not for sale, but maybe they have a storage room or something where they've got this crap. Don't know, don't care. This signals the end of my association with Pop in a Box. And, yeah, it's by their doing, not mine. But I'm glad they held up their end of this bargain, because this is a very important piece. All you have to do is watch my channel for a minute, and you can see the influence Alice Cooper has had upon me. He is the ultimate showman, and this is actually a very special album. To be honest, we're gonna go ahead and put you away now, so you can get some rest, because we know you need it. Just go ahead, lay down. The Alice Cooper Welcome to My Nightmare album, in a sense, is his first album. Before the Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper was the name of a band. And when the band broke up, because the band itself wanted to get more into the musical aspects of it, and they felt that the theatrics that Vincent Furnier, that's actually his name, was going for on stage was taking away from the music. So they split up. You know who got the name. And he came back. Legally changed his name to Alice Cooper, and boom. That's all he kept from it, was the name. That was his big thing. Throughout that split, he kept the name, and he came back with Welcome to My Nightmare, which was basically, if you really look at that album and that production, there were TV specials and everything, because he was going hard into the entertainment value, which is really what Alice Cooper is. He's an entertainer. He's always a tongue-in-cheek. He gets a kick out of bad horror movies, much like myself, bad kung fu movies. He just loves bad movies. And he is a big fan. He sees the humor in it. He looks at the world and he sees how dark it is, but then also the dark sense of humor that's inside of it. So a lot of his music really reflects that. I mean, let's face it. He was calling himself Alice Cooper, and singing about men wearing makeup and men wishing they were women in some cases. In some of his songs, some of his older songs, there are like "King of the Silver Screen" is a good example of that. The song "Marianne," where at the very end it's a love song to this Marianne, and then you get to the end and the last line is, "I thought you were my man." So I mean, he has been happily married and basically a born again Christian for many years, since the 80s. But this was released in the mid 70s, and he actually met his wife on this tour, and they've been happily married ever since. A couple kids, that kind of stuff, house in Arizona. But yeah, and he still tours, he still does his thing. And this is, in a lot of ways, this was the start of that. Whereas he pretty much was just making a name of himself. The infamous chicken, when somebody threw a chicken on the stage and he threw it off the stage and they got torn to pieces and everything, that was still the band. His manager at the time was Frank Zappa, of all people. And Frank Zappa basically said, "Don't ever tell anybody that you did not have that planned." And he eventually did. He was, he was from Detroit. They threw a chicken on the stage. He thought it could fly. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. And but the album itself is really great because it really does reflect the dark sense of humor, the just how dark his sense of humor is willing to go. There's a song called "Cold Ethel" where he sings about his love, who is basically a corpse that lives in the freezer, and that he keeps in the freezer. Doesn't live there, obviously, if it's dead. But "Cold Ethel," "Welcome to My Nightmare," the Black Widow is off this album. There's so many good albums, and Black Widow is the one that had the intro done by Vincent Price himself. So I could go on about this, but I'm just so happy to have this, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. And I hope you have a great day, great weekend. Look forward to seeing you. I'm really working my butt off trying to get everything done. I am going to be doing things in advance to some degree so I can leisurely enjoy my trip to Chicago, my experience at C2E2. Let me know if you're going to C2E2. And never forget, the life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're going to be defined.